Team, I'm sorry. Woof. I don't have my lights on. I need to grab my phone because I messed up. I'm having a rough night. I did set my timer and then I went back to sleep, which is incredibly dangerous because then stuff like this happens. Oh, I don't have my hat. Oh. I'm so sorry. I'm not going to make excuses, but I'm not going to make excuses. I am going to explain the phenomena of I have spoons. Replenishing the spoons when it's difficult to fully replenish said spoons when your parents are gone and your parents are sometimes helping you caretake yourself. You know when you are like, "Oh, yeah," and it's like you can't quite get to the full spoonage and you're like, "Ooh, ooh, ooh," and they're still gonna be gone for 2 weeks? Yeah. So hello, I'm DC. I'm an autistic MLM dropout, and sometimes I'm very late to my live streams, but this hasn't happened in quite some time. But here we are. Subscribe for premium content where sometimes I fuck up. Um, I'm not sure what we're supposed to be reacting to. This is 31 streams in 31 days, and I love doing this every October. We have been reacting to one MLM every day pretty much. And I am getting my brain together. We have been finding a new MLM. Thankfully, Aaron has helped do that. We do have an MLM for tonight. I did not change the title or the description because, as you can see, I fell asleep. However, I am going to tell you that I did find my headphones. I did not charge them, but I didn't lose them. So that is incredible, and I'm really excited about that. I am gonna change my little twisty bits if I can find my twisty bit deal. While I am getting my life together, if y'all would like to tell me a high and a low, I would love to hear that. And that is me trying to buy my way out of me being super late. I'm so glad to see y'all. Please charge your headphones. Please remember to take your medicine because I'm sure 10:14 is a time maybe that y'all do need to take your medication. And I'm going to be wearing orange kazoos with purple twisty bits. Purple sparkly twisty bit. Ov is an incredible small business who has been supporting my channel since the beginning, and Ov does craft, like craft stitch markers and jewelry and cool hair things and better descriptions than I'm doing. And I don't know how this came about, but Ov's dad 3D printed kazoo earrings for me. And I am mostly being awkward with this, but the twisty bits twist in and out. You know how the kazoos have the little... I have real kazoos over there, but I'm not gonna get up out of my chair again unless it's an emergency, which an emergency could include me forgetting another thing that I need to stream. Purple. God dang it. What did... Is your stream always this chaotic? Indeed. Oh. That's the wrong one. Why is this one? Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What? See? Sparkles? And orange. Cool, right? I'm gonna link Ov, because Ov's awesome. Hi, on vacation in Hawaii. Peg, have you seen any of the Bomb Party people? Bomb Party tea? Someone on the Bomb Party Top 125 trip quit. Went to Rise. Joined Sunny D's team. More coming on me and Savannah's stream next week. Also, someone that when I went to my mail room, when we got the squirrel and the acorn and the frog, I missed something in the bottom of the package. They gave me a Over the Garden Wall comic book, which was incredible. My fingers are just shaking so much that I was like, oh my God. There we go. Your Frost Buddy, Jessica, love it. Oh my God. No, we're not doing this. Hi, puppy, feeling better. Love it. Good evening. Someone's gonna get here and say, oh my gosh, how much have I missed? And I'm gonna say, nothing. Because I'm gonna say, hey, you know what? Woke up at 8:30, ready to go, and then fell back asleep, not ready to go. Then woke up at 10, very, very late, 10:09, very, 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 very late. All right. Hello, I spent 45 minutes looking for a part of an appliance that had been on the counter. I finally figured out a stitch that won't roll for the brim of a beret I'm crocheting. Holly, get it. Going to Boston. I love that. Made better loaves of bread for the second batch today. Love it. Lo, I'm so behind on homework that I'm on the verge of anxiety attack with stress. I'm so sorry. Sky Kitty says hi. Hello, Sky Kitty. She has been making me play old DC live streams or else she starts screaming. Sky Kitty, I love that. Also, be good. No screaming. Dude, Ov, here we go. Ov. Nightbot will let you have a link for Ov. Okay. Oh my god. This is Scully. Scully has nothing to do with my stream, except everything to do with my stream. I'm sorry. I'm very discombobulated right now. I'm waking up. Thumbs downer, me too. Same. Here's a high for me. It's a long story. I went to Ace Hardware today to try to mail out all the bangles. And you're going to say, why did it take you a week? Long story, low spoons. And they said, hey, we need cash. And I was like, what do you mean you need cash? In my head. And I was like, ooh. So I went to the cashier and I said, hey, if I buy something, can you do cash back so I can go to mail something? And they said, we don't do cash back. And I was like, okay. So I went to leave and I was like, can I find a bank to do cash back so I can go mail something to Ace Hardware? And then I was like, do I have the spoons? And then I said, my friend at the place that I have my mailbox, the one where y'all mail me stuff, he's super nice to me. And he at least can point me in the right direction if he can't help me. And so I drove over to my mailbox. And I went in and he wasn't there. And I was like, okay, so the lady was there and I've never met her, but she was really nice. And she was humming, singing, and I was like, okay, maybe she's nice. And so I went up and I said, I don't know if you can help me and I'm a little discombobulated, but I have a question and maybe you can help me. And I said, I have a lot of things to ship. I don't have anything prepared except an Excel spreadsheet and the things I need to send. And she said, that's okay. We do that. And I said, huh? And she's like, we take the things and we can, put them in the package and take your Excel spreadsheet and ship them for you. And I was like, great. I said, I have 2 things that need to go to Canada. And she's like, we do that too. And I was like, okay. And so she, calculated up all the shipping and I, sweated a little bit and we did it. So was I telling you my high? That was my high today. It was my high and my low. High was figuring it out and shipping it. Low was like the cost of the shipping, but it was great. We got it done. Except I just need to send this real quick so that they have this. Because they are awesome. And the fact that they did this for me was super spoon helpful. And I'm very, very grateful that they helped me. Um, and I'm grateful that y'all are giving me a little bit of I don't know. A little bit. I mean, I don't know. I guess you are. If you want to unsubscribe, you can do that. Okay. Everyone's phone number. The phone numbers have to go on the little form when you ship things overseas. And so we thought that the addresses were enough. So next time we do a giveaway like this, I'll need your phone numbers just in case. So I don't have to harangue everyone. But here we go. We're good. We're good. We're good. I got everybody's phone number. We're good to go. They can continue on with their efforts, and we're happy as clams. Perfect. Let the texting conversations begin. Hi, and a tip. Bought a new sofa last week. Then it went on sale this week. I called the company. They agreed to honor the sale price and are giving me a 25% on the price back on in-store credit. I love that. And Mel. This is Mel. Mel is she is a plant holder. This is her hair. It's a little hard to see, but if you're a member, you can see her hair in the daytime. Or if I do a hair if I do a live stream in the daytime, you can see her hair. I'm gonna put us back on Halloween streams. Or is this Halloween? No, this is Halloween. Wait, what? Is this Halloween? No? I'm confused as to why nobody is moving. I feel like that coach. How come nobody is moving very fast in practice? What are y'all doing? No, 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 no. You're being a candle. No, you're not. Why are the bottom of y'all's not being a candle? Edit room. No. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm very like unorange. Should I even stream tonight? What is going on? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter for MLM. It doesn't matter for MLM. It doesn't matter for MLM. Hello. Welcome. 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 Welcome to Illyria. Tonight we are doing John Milton. Impromptu training on how to be a lean, mean recruiting machine. Arm, money, rocket ship. Are you ready? Because we're ready. Except we're not ready. We're just waiting here, John. John needs to offload from the cloud because apparently my... Apparently...
Action!
John. Really? Action. Why? Scully and I do not approve of this message. John Melton is a former top leader from Modere. He was formerly Jesse Lee Ward's upline in Modere. After Jesse Lee Ward was terminated, they could not stand each other. And he is married to Nadia Melton. He is now one of the Nueva Nazgul 9 who started Nueva from the ashes of Modere. With not only are they the leaders of Nueva, they are master distributors in Nueva, and they cannot help but be the top distributors in Nueva. Which is an eye roll of a lifetime because it's like, just be quiet about your recruiting and honor the other people trying to recruit and be big players in your company. John and Margie Aliprandi and Michelle Barnes and all the other leaders, all the Nazgul 9, are trying to outshine the much smaller recruits who've joined them. And they have brought their entire downlines over. And John here, one of his posts said, just let's bring everybody over in the same order they were in Modere just to avoid arguments. And it's like, you are in this business for yourself and by yourself. You are an independent contractor. What do you mean come over in the same order that you were in Modere? Modere is dead. Modere was on fire and it is dead. It imploded. Do whatever you want. It is a free-for-all. What the hell are you talking about? Come over in the same order that you were in Modere. It is a cluster. Oh my God, absolutely. You don't have to pay for a birthday kazoo. But guess what? I not only have a birthday kazoo for you, I've got a birthday kazoo, flashing lights, and a ghosty who's ready to party. Ready? I'm going to put Ghosty up first so we have enough of a... And we're going to take John Melton off because nobody wants to see him. Oops. Happy birthday! Happy birthday from me and the Ghosty and Scully and everyone in the live chat. Happy birthday. Oops. birthday! John is on our fuck you list. Sorry. Also, you know who has out-earned John Melton on the Business for Home total earnings list? Margie Aliprandi coming in at $25 million. And I don't know what his is, but Margie Aliprandi has out-earned him a ton. A ton. So much more. She has out-earned him so many more spots, I can't even tell you. Yeah, they weren't. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, it was me just being late because I was sleeping. Sorry. Yeah, my bad. Happy birthday! Oh my god, we're the same age. Well, except you're younger than me. 37 Club, let's go! Let's freaking go! He's the guy that I have I have a parody pyramid pop for. Wait, do I still have it? Parody pyramid pop? Please hold. I just want to see if I can find it. That's the word on the street. You just blocked. Oh, wait. Oh, no. I don't have John Melton. That's the word on the street. I have one that's like, that's the word on the street. That's the word on the street. Hold on. Y'all remember? It was like John Melton rapping. Here, hold on. I don't think I took it down because it's John Melton rapping. Oh, yeah, here it is. Please hold. Sorry, I'm just, you know. I don't know if y'all have seen this, and it's not that funny, but I should have done this as the intro.
That's the word on the street. That's the word on the street. Average to savage, but my God, was it worth it? Was it worth it? Let me work it. Put my thing down, flip it, and reverse it. So I don't want to hear it. You can add tag message. Add tag message. ATM. So I don't want to hear it.
That was, oh god, stop. Anyways, he was like doing this rapping thing, and then he said ATM so many times. Yeah, no, it was me being an asshole. It was me being an asshole. He was doing that on his own. You are not late. You are not late. I'm so late. You're not like an hour and 40 minutes late. You're 20 something minutes late, because I was late. It was me. John Melton. John Meltdown. Let's go. I'm sorry.
Action! Well, what's up? John Melton coming to you live with MyLifestyleAcademy.com, where we help you go from average to savage in your home business. And I really want to help you. I want to help you rank up and bank up this month. So if you like that idea, smash the heart button. If you're really excited,
Frogzim. Let's go. Moving on up.
Well, we're moving on up to the east side, to a deluxe apartment in the sky.
Let's go. Oh, let me get rid of this.
I love you.
Thank you. This is John Melton. He's the leader of Nueva. He's also an auxiliary parasite. So.
tag some teammates, share this in your team chats, share this in your Facebook groups, because I'm going to help you become a lean, mean recruiting machine. Because look, at the end of the day, I love that we have an opportunity where people can make money without recruiting, without building a team. It's like affiliate marketing on steroids. I love it. I love the fact that you can earn a really great income these days, leveraging your social media, generating leads and sales online without having to recruit, without having to build a team. However, comma, as Nadia would say, understand that that's where the leverage piece comes into play. It's my favorite part about building an online business, because you might enroll someone, you might partner with someone that's smarter than you.
I can't speed them
that's
up.
more influential than you. They live in a different city, state, or country than you. Maybe they are like a TikTok influencer, or they have a big following on LinkedIn or Instagram, but they're on your team. They're on your team. You're going to be their biggest cheerleader. You make money when
Unfortunately, John Melton is not his team. His company's independent contractors' biggest cheerleaders, because guess who lists his name first on every single post when he's the winner of all said competitions? Why would you even put your name in those competitions as the business owner? Why would you even compete? That's my question. That's my question. Why? Why would you do it? Oh, but I won. But I was the one that did all the points. I don't care. How does that help the people that you've brought into the company get any kind of excitement about trying to do something incredible for your team? Well, it's kind of, I don't know, how is that truthful? Dude, you cannot go 1 second without someone telling you you're the best. You're the fucking owner of Nueva. Just be happy being the owner. He, in my opinion, and this has nothing to do with his MLM Nueva, has a vested interest in attempting to... Well, no, this has something to do with Nueva. This has something to do with Nueva, so I am going to talk about it. I am going to talk about his aesthetic and his outward appearance because Nueva has specifically talked about it. One of their words that they want to help people achieve is their outward aesthetic, and they want to work on your outward aesthetic is because it is they want you to attract people who are outwardly beautiful and thin and fit. John Melton, in my opinion, and I'm commenting on it because Nueva has been focusing on it, and it's one of Nueva's focuses, wants to look as young as possible and wants to look as young as or younger than his son, in my opinion. Maybe not his son specifically. That's just my personal opinion. John wants to look as young as possible, as does his wife. If you go, Nueva. Nueva Life presentation. We are going to go to full. Okay, we're at Nueva Life. And a new era of wellness, wealth, and lifestyle. When you've been on a Zoom call with me, you've heard Margie Alaprandy, Michelle Barnes talk about the aesthetic in the people that they are wanting to recruit. Oh my God, a widow word. Oh my God. Our story. I'm trying to find it for you. Who does this? Okay, we're not focusing on that. What are we doing? Why? Okay. We didn't fold. Modere did. We rose from the ashes. We didn't fold. We rose from the ashes. We didn't. Okay. Whatever. You didn't even. You could have written a better story. Whatever. Maybe we don't figure out what the deal is from here. Backed by science, built for lifestyle. I'm trying to find this stuff. When we've watched the videos for Snow Collagen, they've talked about the aesthetic on the outside. And now they have travel because the tariffs and everything. You're going to have to go back and watch some of my Nueva Zoom call videos. Modere didn't have a GLP-1. They're taking, in my opinion, peptides from their, what in the world? What? Sorry about that. I don't know what was happening with my, man. They have a GLP-1 something or other. They're going to. Their GLP-1 powder has the same ingredients as the liquid GLP-1 drink that they didn't want us to see from that business in Dallas, from the drink we ordered. So, if you've been on again, if you've been on the Zoom calls, you've heard what they've said about aesthetics. You've heard what they've said about the external. You've heard what they've said about attracting beautiful people. We see that in the individuals who have started Nueva, and the behavior of the leaders even before they started Nueva, like John Melton and Nadia Melton, Michelle Barnes, Margie Alaprandi, um, Tony, whatever his name is, my arch nemesis. Just kidding. He's not my arch nemesis, but you know.
When they make money, you win when they win. It's a beautiful thing. I love when people are like, is that one of those pyramid things? I'm like, everything's a pyramid. The problem is with most pyramid schemes, right? You're at the bottom trying to work your way up the corporate ladder. You hit the glass ceiling. You guys know what that's all about, right?
Do you understand what a pyramid scheme is, John? He never... Oh my God, John, do you understand what a pyramid scheme is? I don't think he does. I don't think he freaking does. I don't think he does. I really don't.
It's like you can only make money on your own efforts in a job.
Whoop.
Now, I guess technically if you have like, you know, a sales director, VP of sales, a GM, like they make money on the efforts of everybody, right? They're like the top executive, but like no one can out earn the GM. Nobody can out earn the VP of sales.
A pyramid scheme is not... A pyramid scheme is not about out earning. Like he's literally inserting information that's false so that the downline repeats false information, so that people repeat false information about what a pyramid scheme is. My God.
They override everybody. Like you can't out earn, most likely you're not going to out earn your manager. You're not going to out earn your, you know, your broker in real estate, right? Typically, they're the only ones making money on everybody's efforts. Like when I was a mortgage banker, I made a lot of money, but the owner of the company, he was making money on everybody's loans.
Who's taking the risk, pal? Who's taking the most risk? Oh yeah, the person at the top. Who's taking all the risk for all the product they're buying from the company? The independent contractors. Who's taking the risk for the car that they are getting from the company? The independent contractor, because whose name is on the loan? The independent contractor. Sir? Sometimes I just think John Melton thinks that we are all stunted, limited in our intelligence.
I was only getting paid on my own loans. Some months I didn't have any loans that closed. Now, some months I'd make like 25, 30 grand, but some months I would make nada, nothing, zero, zilch. I was 100% commission.
Oh, guess what? In Nueva, you're 100% commission. In Modere, you were 100% commission. Oh yeah, when you had a downline and you convinced them to buy inventory, you got something, didn't you, John? When you're in Nueva and you're a master distributor and you convince people to buy commission, you get money, don't you? John and Margie and Nadia and Tony Zalecki and Sarah Zalecki and Michelle Barnes and all of y'all Nazgul 9. I remember at the top of Modere, I remember someone at the top in Modere was not truthful with what they were talking when Nueva started. My friend invited me to a call. They mentioned GLP. Oh my God. Wow.
So I could make a lot or I could make nothing. The point is, it was only me making me money. I was the only one responsible for my income. So I love leverage. How many of you know people that are more motivated than you, more entrepreneurial than you, more influential than you, right? They might live in a different part of the world, but they're on your team. So like when you're going to bed, they're waking up. You know what I'm saying? Like all my friends in Australia, all of our teammates that are like in these different parts of the world, right? Like they are in totally different time zones, continents, parts of the world. They're getting customers when I'm in bed. How cool is that? And of course, I want to help them make a fortune. How many people do you have in your life right now that are like, hey, I would love to help you fire your boss. I would love to help you create an additional income stream. I would love to help you create checks with commas. You probably don't have a lot of people in your life outside of your upline and network marketing. And you go, oh, they make money off of me. Okay. First of all, you do know if you have a job and you're making $3,000 a month, $30,000 a month, $5,000 a month, doesn't matter. The owner, the employer is making more on your efforts than he's paying you. Otherwise, he wouldn't be paying you. Like,
You understand in multi-level marketing, your upline is making something off of you. He or she or they are making something off of the downline. And for example, let me take John off the screen for a second because I don't know what I did, but I've done something to his face. Mary Kay, when I joined, I did the math and I was like, I could earn $60,000 a year if I sold certain amount of money. And I remember my director, Nikki, laughed at me. I said, I needed to sell this much to be able to earn $60,000 a year. And she laughed because I didn't talk about recruiting or anything. And I was like, because I guess she thought that I wasn't going to be able to do that without recruiting. And in the process of being on all the calls, she had this thing that she would say, and I didn't understand it. She would say, stars earn cars. And stars were something that happened quarterly. And stars were something that was achieved when you did a certain amount of inventory or you purchased a certain amount of inventory because you needed that inventory to be able to sell to customers, or the customers ordered that amount and it showed up under your like inventory sold, but your inventory sold could also be the inventory you purchased, if that makes sense. Stars, like a star level you achieved, ended up being something that at the end of the quarter you could purchase a prize. Eye roll of a lifetime. However, come to find out, which I don't think I would have ever found out because I wasn't a director, the directors got bonuses for the stars that they had in their downlines. And what Nikki was saying is, if you were a star every single quarter, there was more of a chance that if you were a star every single quarter, you had more of a chance of earning a Mary Kay car. And I believed that. And then, as I started thinking, oh my God, is that true? Or is she saying that to get people to work on getting stars because she's getting an additional bonus off of people being stars every quarter? So I'm interested in what John's saying here. And I think if you're an MLM, you should be interested in what your upline is saying, because regardless of how much your upline is making off of you, you should be wary. You should be wary about that. Even if they're making a little bit off of you, realize how much is in their downline and how much they can convince you to buy, because that number is multiplied off of how many people are in their downline. Oh, but they're helping me. Are they? Are they helping you, or are they helping you to buy inventory, especially at the end of the month, so that they can hold volume, so they can maintain or rank up? They deserve to be able to maintain or hold rank. Do they if they're convincing you to buy inventory that you don't need? No, they do not. They don't deserve anything. You don't deserve to go into debt or to lose money to be in multi-level marketing. If they didn't sell to keep their rank, they don't deserve to hold that rank. If your customers didn't buy for you to have that volume, and that volume didn't help your upline keep their rank, your upline doesn't deserve to hold their rank. I came to comment the stars are densely packed matter in state of nuclear fusion. Hey, Liz. So his response to capitalism is hypercapitalism. I wish this was clearer, but I don't think my interpolation software is going to save this one.
Duh. If you're making $80,000 a year, you're probably bringing that company a whole lot more value than 80. So it doesn't matter how you make money. Someone's benefiting from you. But in this business,
if you're making 80 and that helps you have a lifestyle that you need, and that is the value that you agreed to, and that value is the one that you wanted, why are you letting John Melton say that is bad? When the owner of that company is taking most of the risk, the owner is taking a portion of that because the owner is the one paying for the SEO, the advertising, the building, rental space, the product for you to sell, like all the other things for you to be able to do your job. I don't understand.
the person that makes money on you is making money based on helping you make money. It is a beautiful thing. With that being said, there's some mistakes that I see, steps that are skipped. And when I look at, like, I'll give you an example. Last month, I was the number 3 recruiter, meaning I launched 20 new teams last month. I out-recruited.
I think this was when he was in Modere. This is a little bit old. When did this happen? Sorry. This might have been before. I don't remember when this was. This might have been before. We don't know. We don't care. This is a great screen grab. Obviously, I've been not doing well on the thumbnails.
Everybody in my own company, I'll recruit everybody except for 2 people, which I'm going to talk about both of them in a second. You probably already know who it is if you've been following me for a little bit or you're in Nueva with us, right? But
oh, no.
The point is, I'm still launching new.
Oh, never mind. This is Nueva. He has a chip on his shoulder. Oh, okay. You've got a chip on your shoulder. Who gives a shit? He's got a chip on his shoulder? Dude, why don't you be happy about it? Did we expect that? That he has a chip on his shoulder, that 2 people out-recruited him? Why are you even talking about this? Why don't you just talk about the people who are not the Nueva 9, who are not the Nazgul 9, and if you don't read Lord of the Rings, the reason I'm saying the Nazgul 9 is because if you don't read Lord of the Rings, then you're not going to know who the Nazgul are. You're not going to know who you're not going to know anything, okay? That's why I'm trying to make the reference, because for the most part, there's 9 people who started Nueva. Um, you're not gonna know who the Witch King of Angmar is, which is John Melton, because of his hair and because of, you know what I'm saying? If you just look up the Witch King of Angmar, which you would have to, which this is just fan art, but I'll just zoom in for you. Do you see what I'm talking about? Do you see what I'm talking about? I hope someone in here reads Lord of the Rings. And I hope someone in here is understanding of the Witch King of Angmar. And it is at least a little bit okay with the fan art / movie art from the movies, because I know there was interpretations. If you didn't watch Lord of the Rings, I get it. If you didn't read Lord of the Rings, I understand. But there was about 9 people who started Nueva, give or take some silent partners who also were silent partners in Make Wellness, but that's neither here nor there. Especially since John Melton and Justin Prince are blood. They have a blood feud, but which is interesting, since the guy who financed Nueva may have also financed Make Wellness, allegedly. You've seen the movies? It's the hair and the eyebrows.
Teams. I don't just think, oh, I just recruited this person, I have this one person. No, I want that one person to build a customer base, to rank up and bank up, to make comma checks. I want them to build their own team. They don't have to build a team. There's no obligation to build a team. You could literally make all the money you want all by yourself on your own efforts. Just like if you were a realtor selling houses, or you're a mortgage broker selling money, or selling life insurance without recruiting anybody else. That's how our comp plan works. That's how most comp plans work these days in the social selling space. With that being said, I like recruiting the most because I can unlock someone's truest potential. Plus, it's typically people that are excited about the product anyway. And if you can join for free, and it's like, hey, do you want to become a customer and just use the product? Or do you want to become a social marketer and potentially promote the product? Now, some people will say, well, I want to wait until I get results first. That's fine. That's cool. Who cares? I never try to force someone to do something they don't want to do. At the end of the day, if they want to start off as a customer, it's easy to upgrade. But why wouldn't you at least, first of all, pop the question?
He's pulling up his shirt to show his biceps. Oh, wait, sorry, I wasn't supposed to say that. Oh my God. Is that bad to say? I'm trying to think if that's bad to say, if that's ad hominem. I'm not saying, I'm mostly saying that to just say it. Of what? I'm really sorry. Talk amongst yourselves. I need to go. I'm really sorry. This is the strangest stream I've ever streamed. I have to go get a drink. I need to put the little ghosties on screen. I'm gonna duplicate myself, and I'm going to go get a movie. Um, I'll be right back, okay? Come here, buddy. Come here. Hold on. This is dangerous. Come here. Come here. Hold on. Come here. Hold on. I'm not gonna crush you. This is my dog Caspian. He doesn't realize that he can't have tea. This is for this is asking forgiveness for the intermission. Hi. It's a Casper burger. He's sleepy because it's late. Oh, are you eating your own fur? Sorry. This is unhygienic, but I'm gonna let you do it because I'm holding you. I love you so much. I don't love this licking, but I love you. Hilo. He crosses his legs whenever he's on the floor or when he's being held. Okay, this is enough. This is enough. You're a good boy. Do you want me to put you down? Is that what it is? Go down? Yes? Okay. I love you. You gotta wait. We gotta do this safely, okay? Safety first, okay? Gotta wait. Good boy. Ugh. Thank y'all for allowing me to get a drink. I got two. I hope I don't spill anything. I only spilled a little bit. I do have a lot of dog hair on me. I hope this does not... Floofenstein, yes. You need help? Oh, he's gonna lay here. I blocked him from coming in earlier because I was eating. My sister made me tuna fish earlier in the week when she made tuna fish, but I did cook my bread for myself and I made myself a tuna sandwich. However, I followed the directions and I made myself baseball, I made myself baseball buns, but because I'm like, I don't understand how that happened because I followed the directions. And so I'm a little bitter about it, but I still ate it. So. Sorry. My mouth's not dirty. My medication dries out my mouth and it tears. Anyways, that's TMI. That was an inside thought. Okay. We're ready to go. Jessica knows what this is. Jessica knows what this is. All right. I'm like so mad at myself for being so chaotic, but I appreciate y'all. Thank you. We're ready. I definitely don't have a laptop.
The reason, and I'm going to mention Ashley and Michelle, they out recruit me every month. I always try to catch them, but they're just so good. I got 2 for this month. So I'm starting off the month pretty strong. Actually, it's only the 7th, so I'm not doing all that great, I guess. Last month, I think I already had like 5 or 6 at this point. But I finished with 20. They both finished with like 25 and 26, right? They are having more conversations on a daily basis than I am. And by the way, if you go to their pages, they mostly lead with the product. They bring in customers all day, every day. They have massive customer pods. I think they both did like probably over 15,000 last month in personal sales, maybe 20. I don't know. I got to look up the numbers. But at the end of the day, they ask the extra question. So write that down. Just simply ask people, hey, do you want to take a look at the product? Just the product? Or do you also want to take a peek at the opportunity and how you could create an additional income stream as well? It's up to you. I don't care what you look at, right? Like, we're not here to like force people into one category or the other. But if they're interested in the product, they may also be interested in the business. They might say, hey, not yet, maybe later. You know, I wouldn't mind making extra money. Like,
He's so upset about being number 3. I cannot. It's Alani, yes. But it's the cosmic one because I can't drink any of the other ones.
I haven't come across anybody that's like, no, if I had another dollar, I'd burn it. Like, most people like the idea of making extra money. We're not talking about life-changing money in the beginning. That overwhelms people. That makes people skeptical. I don't talk to, hey, you want to make an extra 10 grand a month? Like, come on. Most people are not going to make 10,000 a month, at least not in the early days, weeks, months, or even years. It took me 7 years to fire my boss. It took me 7 years to create a full-time income. Now, in my defense, that's because the first company I was in shut down. Then I got out of network marketing for a couple of years. Then I got back into it, but I was making a lot of money in the mortgage industry.
He can't even help it. He cannot help but qualify why he didn't make so much money at the very beginning. He cannot help it. John, just tell us. Just tell us. He can't help it, like, oh, but I would have if I just didn't have all these things happen. Come on, dude.
$1,000 a year in mortgages. So I didn't really like have as much motivation that second time around, but eventually I did fire my boss. Now some people get confused. They're like, what does that mean you fired your boss? Dude, it's a joke, obviously. I quit my job in 2008. Now that was also when the real estate market crashed. So the rates went up. So I had to like work harder to make less money. And the thing is about mortgages, I wasn't passionate about selling money for a living. I wasn't like, ooh, I can't wait to go to work today to sell some money. Like, that wasn't passion for me. That wasn't a passion. So when I got back into network marketing this second time around, I started recruiting up. I started recruiting better people. I had years of experience now. I had made money in business. So I was probably more of an A player type of recruit then.
You were probably a more A player type of recruit then. He is on the list. Honestly, he is on the list. For some other stuff he said, yes. We cannot say F you on this type of content, but when he says F you type of things, I'll let you know. Tony Robbins is always on the F you list, though. And so Ed Milet, always. And Eric Worre, after what he did to social media, the death of Jesse Lee Ward, after he social media'd his trip to go say goodbye to Jesse Lee when she was in the hospital, he is always on the FU list. If you don't know what he did, he is on the fuck you list. Ed Milet, for telling Jesse Lee to keep working after she said she was going to slow down, he is on the fuck you list. And if you're going to be the type of person to say, oh, well, it was her decision to listen to his advice, fuck you too. Julie, he's on the auxiliary parasite business, and he's also telling us about Nueva and that essentially saying why he's number 3 in the recruiting list, number 3 in the recruiting position this month in Nueva. And he also just keeps pulling his shirt up so we can see his biceps. Oh, this is the title of it. This has 3.4 thousand views, 145 reactions, impromptu training on how to be a lean, mean recruiting machine. Up arm, money sign, money tongue, air rocket ship, John Melton. Oh, or Jessica. What Jessica said. I think he's talking about his long road to success, not for sympathy, but to keep people motivated. Because look at me, it took me years to find success. Keep going. I don't think it's a pity party. I think it's a type of control to keep people in because it took him a long time. So you should at least be willing to take a long time and stay in Nueva for a long time. That's just me being cynical. That's just me being... I think he's got the hungry money eyes.
Some of you that saw my training last week, I talked about recruiting A-list people that are like, on your chicken list. And if you're like, what's a chicken list? It's people you're too chicken to reach out to, right? We all have a list of people that we're too nervous to talk to because I don't know them that well, or we haven't talked in a while, or they're already successful. In reality, sometimes those are the best people. Sometimes those people are more open than your broke friends. You would think the people that are broke that need money would be the most open, and sometimes they're the most skeptical. And you're like, dude, how is that a thing? How are you broke and skeptical? Like, you should only be one or the other. Anyway, I digress. What Michelle and Ashley do all day, every single week, they are putting me in chats. Not just me, by the way. They're putting 4 or 5 people into that chat. Let me explain what I mean. Let's say I talk to, I don't know, Bob. Bob is interested in making money from home online.
Listen, if you're gonna put me in a chat, here's what's gonna keep me in a chat without me leaving in a chat. Zoom call infiltration information, number 1. For a group chat. Either needing help learning how to record it, information where I can sneak in, and where I won't leave. Okay, cool. Incredible. When will I not leave a chat? You needing to leave a multi-level marketing company? Yeah, I won't leave a chat. I'm very nervous about Instagram. After stuff that's happened on Instagram, I'm very, scared. For sure. People who've been around for a long time know that. This idea of going to Facebook and being trapped in a group chat with John Melton... Ugh. And then being surrounded by the wolves and being ping-ponged, essentially, with all the information to get me to say yes. Hell no.
He's interested in, our oral peptide product, or, he's interested in a travel membership where you can travel more and spend less, whatever. He's interested in something that we have, like a product we have. But Congrats. I say, hey, would you also like to take a peek at the opportunity?
Oh, I got your
adding
email.
You to the group anyway, so you can learn more about the product, but I could also share the business side with you. No worries if not. Bob says yes. I haven't watched the opportunity video. The Why Nueva, Why Now video. Now, in your company, maybe some of you are in different companies, you have your own opportunity presentation. I'm not doing Zooms ever. I'm not doing webinars. When we do them, we stream them into our group, mostly for replay purposes. Of course, we invite people on live, but that video gets used over and over and over again. It's what I like to call the first exposure. The first exposure, because you get them in the group.
Oh my God. I think my sister watches your channel. Wait, hold on. Wait, do you have a channel? Hold on. Sorry. If you don't have a channel, then ignore me. Pause alive. Hold on. Ignore me. Ignore me, ignore me, ignore me. Hold on. She saw something on your channel about paper something or other, and you and she brought you up today about these papers that are like dipped, and then you can unfold them. Oh, I'm sorry about your health. And she said N-I-K. She said Nick the Booksmith, and I was like, Nick the Booksmith? And I was like, that can't be the same one. And she was like, N-I-K. And I was like, N-I-K? But it was these books, and they had these paper in them, and you can take the paper out, and they can unfold. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to tell my sister because she loves your videos. Okay. Sorry about that. I'll tell my sister loves you. Alright. Back just if you want just to know that my sister loves you and had no idea. It was completely like no idea that there was a aligning of the stars. Holy crap. 1 degree of separation moment. I hope that makes you feel good. I hope that I'm sorry about your health. I don't know. I hope that makes you feel good. I'm gonna start crying. I'm sorry about your health. I don't know why I'm crying right now. Hold on. I'm just gonna go see if my sister's awake. Oh, here, I'll press play. Hold on. I'm gonna call my sister. I'm gonna mute myself.
They watch the video. Now, some people go, I wish the video was shorter. I'm like, dude, if you can't watch a 20-minute video that could change your life for the better, you're not serious. Let's just get you as a customer. You're probably better over here as a customer just using the product, and you can always upgrade later. You can always refer the product to other people as a customer to earn product credits, which is a beautiful thing. But for people that are open to making money, again, I ask everybody if they want to take a look at the opportunity. Why wouldn't I just ask them to take a look? Like, they say yes or no. They say yes, awesome. If they say no, awesome.
She's
I don't have to
freaking
waste my time.
sleeping.
Either way, it's the same response for me because looking at it doesn't cost anything, right? It costs you
I'll tell
more
her
money
tomorrow.
not to look at it. If you look at it from that perspective, right? You might miss out on an opportunity because you're closed-minded. Most people want to be open. Most people will watch. Now, everybody has a different style, but for me,
I'll tell her tomorrow
I
and then
typically
tell
try
you.
to take my business. So if I put someone in the group, I have them watch the video. They can only see the video if they're in the group. I typically put them in a chat with other leaders the next day. Now, when I say leaders, I typically grab like 4 different leaders on my team or in my upline, whatever. I have those 4 people in the chat. This is what you should be doing. So the reason I don't just put them in a chat with one person.
What's the over-under that John Melton's gonna adjust his shirt sleeves by the end of the live stream again? I think she's probably asleep, but I want her to be awake right now. I know she's asleep.
Person, because what if that one person is busy or they miss it? How many of us know what I'm talking about, right? Like, it's you and your prospect. You set up the chat on Facebook Messenger, by the way. Facebook Messenger is the best. Can you use Instagram chats or text chats? Of course. But Facebook is the best. Why? Because that's where everything is happening anyway. The ATM group is there. That's where we do a lot of our marketing, our communication, our training, all the things.
Yeah, and you can be put in Facebook jail too. But tell us more, John. You know you can be put in Facebook jail, right? By messaging people that you have no connection to and messaging too much, and Facebook's like, hey, are you running a business or like a super MLM on here and harassing people who wanted to be here socially? Oh yeah, here. You're in timeout for 30 days. Oh, you're not going to tell people that? Cool.
So you do it on Messenger. People can audio clip back and forth. I love that you can do 1x and 2x. By the way, you might not want to 2x me because I sound like you ever seen the micro?
Like a gerbil? Sound like a gerbil?
This is really like dating myself or aging myself. You ever seen the Micro Machine commercials back in the day? And the guy would talk really, really fast. That's what it sounds like when you 2x me. But what I love about the chats, and eventually you can automate this, but what I love about the chats, let's say I set up a chat now with Bob, right? So I put Bob in the group, let's say yesterday. You could even do it the same day, depending on the interest in, Bob's level of interest. But I put Bob in the chat, okay? Put Bob in the chat. In the group, haven't watched the video, then I put him in the chat and I edify. This is key. I have to edify the leaders he's going to meet.
I just want a lint roll right there. They just want a lint roll right there. You know what I'm saying? Right there, just want to lint roll it. I just can't help it. Just want to lint roll it. And right there. And right there. Just kidding. I'm not just kidding. I'm like, I love my dog so much. And I know I shouldn't have worn this. As I am judging, I'm like, well, better get my stuff. Sorry, guys.
Hey, Bob, I'm so excited for you to hear from, Tony, Michelle, Ashley, and Jen. These are some of the top leaders in the world, and I wanted to introduce you to them for two reasons. One, I just wanted you to meet them because they're amazing.
Hey, did you know that Margie is one of the top earning independent contractors in Nueva? Actually, in independent contractors in multi-level marketing? I wonder why John never brings her up. $25 million earned in network marketing. I don't like MLMs, but it's interesting that John never brings her up. Because in Nueva, she's not, she is the top earning out of the Nueva people. She is above all of them.
Amazing leaders. They're having a lot of success. I think you'll be really inspired. Plus, they're super down to earth. They can even answer some of your questions. The second reason is I want you to see the system and how it works. I want you to see the simplicity of what we do. Could you do what I did with you? They're like, well, yeah, all you did was add me to a group, have me watch a video, and then you put me in a chat so that I could talk to other people and hear their stories. I'm like, exactly. Can you freaking do that? Can you find humans, out of all the humans that you know, all the humans in the world that you don't know, do you think you could find a few people that like the idea of an additional income stream from home? Do you think you could find anybody that would love to look younger, feel better, have more energy, use a cleaner product with better ingredients, or make an additional income stream? Do you know anybody that would love a check with a comma from an online business?
You can't say that, John. Do you think that you could find someone who would like a check with a comma from an online business? You can't say that. The FTC says you cannot say that. It's potentially deceptive marketing. He's been in long enough to know better, and he refuses to change because recruiting like this makes him money. He's freaking predatory, in my opinion. He is predatory. He's predatory. Am I wrong? I don't think I'm wrong. I know I'm supposed to be like, you're supposed to ask your audience and include them. And I'm like, I ask a question, then I'm like, I don't think I'm wrong. I don't think I'm wrong. I really don't. It's frustrating to me if the rules are out there to protect consumers, and then I see people who've been in this business for over 15 years, who know the rules, who've had their businesses shut down. They've been a part of multi-level marketing companies that have been shut down for breaking the rules, and then they're here saying things like, wouldn't you like to be a part of network marketing or be a part of a company that could give you a check with a comma? Hello?
Do you know anybody that has MLM PTSD? They tried things like this before and they were let down. Do you know anybody
Don't even joke around with post-traumatic stress disorder. Don't even joke around with that, dude.
with some social equity, social influence? Do you know anybody that has a Facebook account or an Instagram account or a TikTok account that would rather monetize their scroll than to just like, spend 3, 4, 5, 6, 9? How many hours do you think per day most people are spending on their phones now, making no money, not monetizing? It's probably at least 5 hours a day, which is kind of disturbing if you think about it.
Dang it, I thought my sister was up.
With that being said, Bob can just do what I did. Bob can add to the group. He can tag in the video and set up
Just because someone spends time on social media doesn't mean that they should be, or they want to do what you want them to do with their phone time.
chats. It's hard for me to tell someone to put me in business
Bye
chats
off.
with business leads, business prospects, if I've never put them in one. Does that make sense? It's not a big team chat. This is different than a team chat. Team chats are there for like support and questions and communication. This is a chat just with you, your prospect, and about 4 other leaders. Now, who are these 4 leaders? You can mix it up. You can grab sideline brothers and sisters, upline. You can even, I grab people from my team. Sometimes a person on my team really hits it off with the person in the chat, and I say, hey, you can have this person. Or when I enroll them, I'll place them under you. Because they're
Oh, so just to give y'all a heads up, stacking is not illegal, per se. Oh, hi, Burger. What's up? What's up? Got some eye boogers? What's up? Go around. Oh my god. Caspian came in and then he sometimes uses the hallway and sometimes he just goes for under the curtain.
so helpful. Because you guys have, maybe they're both Canadians. Maybe they're both, single moms. Maybe they're both, college students.
Sorry about the stacking. We were allowed to stack / strategically place. We weren't allowed to say stacking. Oh my god. I'm sorry. This is concerning. I don't know where my glasses are. Please hold. Apologies, I'm having trouble focusing. Tonight, um, stacking, we were in Young Living, we were allowed to strategically place. That's what compliance wanted us to call it. The legal team wanted us to call it within 20 days of us signing someone up. So we had the enroller, we had the sponsor, then we had the enroller. The enroller could put us under the sponsor. And that's what the Lemon Droppers had. The Lemon Droppers had a situation where the sponsor had to put up $1,000 a month to get 6 people, and each person had to put up $1,000 a month to get this top leader to Royal Crown Diamond in 15 months.
Whatever. Maybe they both have a background in real estate or construction. Do you get this? So really, that's the other thing. That's like a next level tactic, is to put people in the chats that you think they would relate to. So this is what you should do at your next event or in your team chats. Ask.
Be super twisty and be super love bomby with the chats so they feel super comfortable and want to sign up, because they're going to have people in the chats who they're going to relate with. Thanks so much, John. Be so strategic. This is so twisty now. I'm so glad I'm in the group. I'm so glad I'm in there. Sarcasm. I wasn't saying people who have done MLM in the past are fools. It's just that people today have the benefit of LuLaRich, and yeah, I'm glad that people are better educated. I think too, the more that people can say, "Oh my God, have you seen this documentary?" the better. Because you know how sometimes people have streaming programs and then we miss watching something, or like I really like McMillions, which is the documentary about McDonald's Monopoly giveaway scandal, but not a lot of people have watched it, or not everyone has watched it that I think have watched it. Same thing with people out there. Some people who, that's a great way to have that MLM conversation, by just saying, "Oh my God, have you watched this documentary?" Because some people are documentary lovers and they'll watch anything that's a documentary, and it can open the MLM conversation or whatever, because they're interesting documentaries either way.
ask everybody, hey, what does everybody do for a living? What is everybody's background? What a great thing. And you know what? It's funny. I suggest things like this. You know how many people will take this advice and implement it? A teeny tiny percentage. Like, you should be putting your prospects, I would say, gosh, at least 10 chats a week. You tell me you can't find even 5. You're telling me you can't find one person a day during the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You can't find one person a day, 5 people a week to put into a chat with your upline. That's 20 a month. Now, I think you should do more than that, but let's just start small, 1 a day. You set up 1 chat every day. Don't go to bed until you set up 1 chat a day. And go into your team chat, your larger team chat, and ask everybody in there, what does everybody do for a living? What is everybody's professional background? Why are you doing that? Because you want to know, like, oh, wow, we have people from, school teachers and nurses. We have some, health.
Why don't you set this up already in a like a Google Sheets or something that is not editable so people can go search? And see what people's occupation is, so they don't have to keep going and looking in these frickin' team chats on Facebook.
Practitioners and even people with some type of business or entrepreneurial background, like, oh my gosh, like this lady owns a salon and this lady is a chiropractor or a masseuse or whatever. The point is,
there it is. He had just pulled his shirt up again. We should have had a shirt pull up counter.
You find out what everybody's background is, and maybe you have some younger people, you have some older people, you have some men, you have some women, maybe you have some Asians and blacks, you have,
You have some Asians and blacks? Did he just say that?
background is, and maybe you have some younger people, you have some older people, you have some men, you have some women, maybe you have some Asians and blacks, you have
I don't. Mm, I just don't. Mm, I just think the way that the words are coming out of his mouth are the. I don't. How? How did we get here? How did we fucking get here? I don't even think like, oh my god, he's inserting his foot into his mouth. I mean, I think we've passed the foot. And I don't even know what's worse than the foot. Is there like a bulldozer? Like what? What?
all different like genders and races, and we have some, we have some Christians on the team, we have some, Muslims, like whatever. Like you find different types of people on the team, because guess what? In this business, we attract all types of people. We attract all types. And you know what? You never know what someone has in their heart, what they have in their soul, the determination they have. Anybody can be successful. That's what I love about this type of business. You could be from Yale or jail. You could be 18 or 88. You could have lots of experience, no experience. You could be, again, black, white. It does not matter. Men, women, irrelevant. You could grow up poor. or grow up rich. You could failed 15 times in this type of business. I've done 15 of these things that never worked out. Okay, cool. That doesn't mean you can't be. Look, you only got to get rich once. If you do it right, you only got to get rich once. So why give up on a perfectly good dream just because you had a few nightmares? Anyway, I digress. Back to my point. I think it's so important to have this mindset. Don't be a fool.
Just right there.
Use the tool. If you're trying to do all the talking, all the selling, all the rapport building, all the follow-up, this is the step you're skipping. And I can't think of anything more. I mean, obviously, going to events, doing
Stop
personal
touching
development.
Oh, shit.
I mean, I'm sure there's a few other things like building a brand, sure, but that's like a really hard thing to do. Like anybody can go into your Facebook group every day, once a day. You go into your Facebook group once a day and you just invite 5 people. Just invite 5 people to the group. Send them all a message. Hey, I thought of you because I'm doing something new. You might be open to it. Here's why I'm excited about it. 5 a day you invite. I'm not even going to talk about weekends. Let's say during the week, you just invite Monday through Friday, 5 a day. That's 25 people you invited into your group per week. If you're not doing at least that, you're not building a business. Maybe it's a hobby. I don't know. You want to make money?
Bicep check.
25 a week that you add to the group. And then put 5 of those 25, one a day, into a chat.
I'm not going to say it. I'll tell you members only tomorrow. There's less there's less filter on members only. I'll tell you that. Well, are we going to have members only on a Saturday? I can't wait till we get through like Aaron Williams season 5 because it gets way more like we're not going to get picked up on TLC. We're just going to do whatever we want. But we can only do 1 episode of Aaron Williams a week. We may have to do 2 because we're never going to get through 17 seasons. Oh my God. Aaron Williams, the Arbonne rep we never wanted, but the Arbonne rep we're stuck with. You know what I mean?
With your upline. If you're not introducing your upline to your business prospects, you will never have a strong close ratio. And then you want to track. See? This is it. This is the follow-up book. You track your people. You track your people.
By hand? Can I ask everyone a question? What are y'all doing tracking stuff by hand in 2025? You're not making a Excel, like a sheet, so you can like go and sort and look up people that you've already done before and making new columns and stuff as you think of new things? And then hide columns sometimes. And then New Year's, you copy New Year's, color them, bring them into old years, then sort, then make new formulas so that you can see like repeats and stuff like that. And if you've ever talked to someone before, you're doing it by hand? What are you doing? What do I know? You've never made millions of dollars in multi-level marketing, DC. You know, if I have to do it by hand, I think I'll pass.
So let me just go over last couple weeks. All right. So I ATM'd Florence Nicole, I can't pronounce this name, Patrice Ramon, Ben, Tom, Lisa, Danielle, Faree, Lene, Paige, Chris, Whitney, Lisa, Amanda.
I have a Remarkable. I like doing that for my crafts. I like doing that for like notes when I go to whatever. When I'm doing stuff on MLMs, I like doing it for, I don't know, not stuff where I need to remember detailed things or things I'm going to have to sort in the future. Not for this. Not things I need for an Excel spreadsheet. Not things like for the bangle giveaway that I can bring into Easy File, where I can create a button with Campsite that will automatically put it into an Excel spreadsheet for me? Hell no. Hell no.
Min, Kenzie, Jenny, Moose. Okay? Where's my pen? You guys like this? Is this helpful? All right, so I'm just going to go quick because I don't want people like seeing the exact names. So what I do is I put an FU for follow-up. Don't get weird. It just means follow-up. All right? I cross off their name. And actually, I have a woman to cross off on here because she said no yesterday. She said, hey, timing's not good. I said, no problem. I'll cross you off my list. So
I thought that you go after someone for 7 times, though, because the first time is not right now. The second time is not right now. The third time is not right now. The fourth time's not right now. The 5th time's not right now. The 6th time's not right now. The 7 times a no. Have I misunderstood? Have I misunderstood the instructions for multi-level marketing since the beginning of time? Also, look, you know when we got the squirrel and the acorn? They also gave me Over the Garden Wall comic book. I'm not gonna lie, I'm thinking about putting this in a frame. There's Beatrice, Greg, and Wirt, and Jason Funderburker. Okay. I'm sorry I'm like this. I really am embarrassed I'm like this, but there's Beatrice, Greg, Jason Funderburker, and Wirt. It's a comic book. If you've never seen Over the Garden Wall, it's the best time to watch it because it was produced by Cartoon Network during for Halloween about 10 years ago, 11 years ago. I don't know.
I'm crossing her off. So far, I've enrolled Ramon as a social marketer. And he's an awesome, Spanish-speaking Hispanic dude. I put him with a Hispanic team.
He's an awesome Spanish-speaking Hispanic dude, so I put him... Wait, what?
So what I do is I put an FU for follow-up. Don't get weird. It just means follow-up. All right? I cross off their name. And actually, I have a woman to cross off on here because she said no yesterday. She said, hey, timing's not good. I said, no problem. I'll cross you off my list. So I'm
I
crossing her
could,
off.
Nick.
So far, I've enrolled Ramon as a social marketer. And he's an awesome, Spanish-speaking Hispanic dude. I put him with a Hispanic team.
John? Dude. Okay. Because only people who speak Spanish should be with people who speak Spanish? Are you kidding me? It's 2025. What is happening? What is happening?
That he's working with now. Okay, he's awesome. He still has me, of course, but he's also a part of this amazing Hispanic team with Sonia. Then I enrolled Danielle as a customer. Lene, I think Lene's a social marketer. I should probably follow up with her. Sometimes I'm not always the best with following up with new people. I try. I do my best. Whitney signed up. Whitney's going to be a beast. Whitney, carry on. Lisa Palmer, Kenzie, and Moose. So I signed up 6 out of 20 so far. And I'm still working on
7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm still working on 9 of them, and I've crossed off the rest, okay? Which is only a handful. Let's go to the page before. Page before, I enrolled Samantha, Lisa, Brenda, Melissa, Andra. So that's 5 so far on that page. And I've still got, actually, I'm still working on a bunch. I've only crossed off like 3 people. I need to follow up with some of these people because the fortune's in the what? Fortune's in the follow-up. Bottom line, I enrolled, what did I say, 5? 5 out of 20 on that page. 6 out of 20 here. Sarah, Jennifer, Cassandra, Marina. So 4 on the page before. 4. And that's...
Hey, did you know that in Excel that you can, if you have one of the columns, you could have columns that say if filled, you could have it count it, and then you could say, you could click yes, they signed up, or no, they didn't sign up, or undecided, or whatever. You could have all those columns, so you could just click it. And then in the bottom or in the side, you could say how many people signed up. And you could have their name, their email, their phone number, all that information. You could have the date. And it would calculate all this for you. And if filled, you could have it turn red. And if you had another thing filled, it would highlight the entire thing green. And you could say if filled, it would fill an entire new sheet. It would populate that sheet with everyone who said yes. And you could have if filled, because it would be a social marketer, it would fill that specific sheet for social marketers. You could have whatever, customers, and then you could have social marketers. You could have it fill 2 sheets differently. My brain is hurting for him No, I don't feel bad. You know what, John? You've been doing this fine. Whatever. You have a great system. Just do whatever makes you feel best. This is not working smarter. I hope I hope your book catches on fire. Who wants all your work to, get uploaded to the cloud and be safe and be accessed from wherever you are? Not me.
So I have a whole bunch on that page. The point is, okay, even if I just get 5 out of 20.
To be honest, my flavor of ADHD makes me a very visual and tactile kind of learner, and that's how I can remember to do stuff I need to learn. I get that, Tori. With this stuff, with him, one of my things, I would understand taking notes about a person. I would maybe do both. You could have a computer. You could have your notes. You could have your tactile book. You could have your computer in front of you with your person. You could have your notebook. With how much he allegedly says that he reaches out to people and how many potential people he could be repeating, how is he surviving with paper notes. I don't know. That's all. That does make sense. I understand. I understand. I understand the tactile. I enjoy that. I mm, I boy. I might get a super clicky keyboard and enjoy the clickiness of the keyboard. I might get and be able to take notes on the person in a super great get a pad of paper and take a lot of notes on the person and then click off on the computer. Did I do this with the person? Did I not do this with the person? Because those notes and being able to have it transfer when it's done is gonna be a game changer. Having it populate different sheet tabs when they decide where they're gonna go, it's literally gonna save so much time. And it doesn't sound like he has an executive assistant. If he has an executive assistant putting all these things in an Excel spreadsheet, that is maybe he does. Maybe he does. Seems like maybe he does.
Which is amazing. That's 25%. The point is, I ATM'd 20. I ATM 20. Now, you could ATM 20 over the course of a month, a year, a week, or a day. The choice is yours. Yes, it's better to add people to the group after you've spoke with them. Yes, it's better if they're already interested, but that's not always going to be the case. I do think in this day and age, because it's so much harder to get responses or get attention on social, I just go through and invite 5 a day. You reach out to 5 people, you ATM, you can't talk, invite 5 people a day. You just go, literally, you go into your group. I'm going to show you, because sometimes I say things and people are like, I don't understand. I'm like, what don't you understand? Let me just show you.
Let me just show you. Yeah, and again, I get it. Not everyone's the same type of, different brains. ADHD, ADHD, autism, neurotypical, like visual learners, auditory learners, kinesthetic, like a lot of different ways to learn. John saying, "What do you mean you don't understand?" I get it. My point is the output, what supports your business the most. I don't want MLMs succeeding in terms of a business. This seems wild. This is how he's running his business.
Yeah. I'm going to show you the money. You guys ready? Okay. See where it says invite right there on my phone. I'm going to hit the invite button. Now, here's how I look at it. This is my mindset. This is how I built a multi-million-dollar business, y'all. I look at it like this. All of these people that are not in the group yet, this is a problem. Now, the reason a lot of these people are not in the group yet, because a lot of them are in other companies. Like, I'm not going to pursue someone that's happily married. Does that make sense? Like, they're happily married to their company, Now, if they tell me, hey, listen, what I'm saying, like, things aren't going so well, right? My upline's abusive, right? Like, I'm looking around. Okay. If someone's in another company and they come to me because they're like, John's my friend, I trust John, John's an expert, I'm going to reach out to John because I'm considering other options. Well, then the gloves are off. You understand? Now I'm pursuing them because they're open and I'm going to add them to the group. But the point is, I look at it like this. All of you could go through your friends list right now and you could just invite. Now, maybe choose people that you actually have a relationship with. Like, I'm just gonna show you. Okay, so these are some people on my friends list. Like, some of them I'm not really sure. I mean, whatever. I'm just gonna invite some people. Okay, just for fun. All right, I'm just gonna randomly add some people. Okay. Now, who knows? Maybe they'll accept. Maybe they won't. Do I really care that much? I do not. Because that's not what it's about. Now, what I could do, all right, so now I invited these people. So now what I could do is I could take screenshots of the ones I invited, all right? And then I simply reach out to them. Hey, I added you to our group because we're doing something new, something exciting. I'm pumped about it, and I'll tell them why I'm pumped, why I think it's amazing. I invited you to the group. I think you should check it out. If you don't want to, that's fine too. But I think you should because I think you'd love it. This is not that difficult. It's not. If you just did that 5 times a day, and again, you set up one chat a day, put your upline and like 3 other sideline or upline leaders or downline leaders into that chat, introducing your person. Again, hey, Bob, I'm excited for you to meet Tony, Michelle, Ashley, and Jen. They're some of the best leaders in the world. I can't wait for you to hear their stories. They can also help answer questions. But I also want you to see the support. I want you to see how simple this is. All you have to do is what I'm doing with you right now. I added you to a group, I tagged you in a video, and I'm putting you in a chat, introducing you to other people. Could you do that? Yeah, I could do that. Okay, cool. What did you like best about the video? On a scale of 1 to 10, 10, you ready to get started?
I think that he's, in my opinion, not. Sometimes John's training comes across to me. Sometimes the story I make up about this is John isn't happy with the way a majority of the people are recruiting into Nueva. That they're not doing enough of the way that he thinks the recruiting should go. And he does these types of trainings to show them, 1, how he wants them to recruit, and 2, how simple he thinks the recruiting is, and 3, how stupid he thinks the people are for not doing the way that his recruiting should go because it's so simple. How could you not? How could you not do this simple type of recruiting? I sense an undertone of what I've had from coaches in the years past, and I it's very talking at you instead of asking questions to say like, hey, what are we missing? What questions do you have? What parts in the process of this system are you confused about? Is this system working for you? Do you need extra training? Or are there parts that you don't think you can do? Are there parts that that are never going to work for you? Are there parts that you need more training on? Whatever. Because it comes across as, why would you ever need extra training on it? Why would you ever need extra training on it? Why would you? What's so hard about adding someone to a chat with the top leaders in the world who are going to be able to recruit someone into Nueva? Why is that so hard? Why is that so hard adding one person into the group? Why is that so hard? You peasant? Nick is awesome. I can't wait to wake up in the morning and tell my sister. When my sister told me, look, my sister showed, okay, here, I'll tell you what happened. I'll tell you what happened this afternoon. So, I go downstairs to start my rolls, and I go to my sister, and she said, have you ever heard of this paper company? And I said, maybe, because I used to do like different printing, go to different printing companies and stuff, and like different paper companies. And I said, maybe, maybe not. And I said, these are super cool. And she's like, yeah, they open up. And I said, how did you hear about them? Because she showed me both of them. And then she was like, these ones are glossy, but the back ones are flat. And I said, I like this book more than this one, but I like these. We were going back and forth. I said, how did you hear about them? And she said, Nick the Booksmith. And I was like, Nick the Booksmith? Nick the Booksmith chats in my stream all the time because I'm thinking about that. And I'm like, can't be the same person. And I said, Nick the Booksmith? I said, how does Nick spell Nick? And she said, N-I-K. And I was like, really? And I said, Nick the Booksmith chats in my chat. And she goes, really? And I said, yeah. I said, I'll have to ask Nick if that's the Nick that you're talking about. Because my sister was like, that's where she found the recommend for these paper deals. Because she really likes them. And I was like, okay, I'll ask if Nick's in the in the chat tonight. And I was like, oh my God. I cannot wait until the morning when she wakes up. I'm going to ask her first thing in the morning. I'm going to record it. She's going to be so excited that that's the first thing I'm going to ask her. She's going to be, what? What is happening? Why are you recording me? The Pepin Papers. It's exactly the Pepin Papers. Yes, it's exactly the Pepin Papers. Yep. Yes. Is that my Nick the Booksmith? Yep. It's my Nick the Booksmith. Y'all, go support Nick. Slap the lupus. Yes, lupus sucks. Here. This is Sneak Attack. Okay. It was wild. I was like, Nick? I was like, how do you spell Nick? And she was like, N-I-K. And I was like, no. So it was just fun. And then I was like, I gotta go check tonight. And then I fell asleep and was super late for my live stream. So, anyways, go Sneak Attack Nick's account.
With the Ultimate Collection, one you just want to be a customer, where are you at? Which product were you most excited about? Do you guys see? You ask questions. What will be your goal getting started? Oh, I just want to lose some weight. Perfect. I just want to make an extra $500 to $1,000 a month.
Okay.
Perfect. I want to make 10 grand a month. Perfect. I want
We
to be a
love
millionaire. Perfect.
fire. It keeps us
What do you
warm
say?
at night.
They want to make a little bit. They want to make a lot. They want to just use the product. They got questions. This is what I'm here for. And here's the beauty. You, as a new person, get to earn while you learn. See, the problem is if you're trying to answer all the questions, you might be giving better answers than me, but they're going to ultimately realize you're new and you're not making money. So the sooner you get your upline into a chat with your
You piece of You piece of burnt chicken nugget. Did you hear what he just said?
to $1,000 a month. Perfect. I want to make 10 grand a month. Perfect. I want to be a millionaire. Perfect. I don't care what they say. They want to make a little bit. They want to make a lot. They want to just use the product. They got questions. This is what I'm here for. And here's the beauty. You, as a new person, get to earn while you learn. See, the problem is if you're trying to answer all the questions, you might be giving better answers than me, but they're going to ultimately realize you're new and you're not making money. So the sooner you get your upline into a chat with your prospect, first of all, we're better, most likely, at answering questions than you. I remember back in the day when I used to do three-way calls. Thank God I don't have to do those all the time. But in the early days when I would do three-way calls, I would put my upline on the phone with my prospect, and my prospect would ask questions. First of all, a lot of times they wouldn't ask the ignorant questions they would ask me, which is funny how that would work. But let's say they did ask the same. So they asked me a question, or let's say it like this. They would ask a question on the three-way call that in my mind, the answer is this, this, this. I would be like, in my mind, I'm like, this is what Mike should say. This is what Jeff should say, my upline, right? This is what Patrick should. But they would say something totally different.
There's his
like,
biceps.
Dude, that was way better than what I was going to say, right? Like, what's the cost to get started? Well, here's a good option. Just get a couple products that you're excited to use. A better option is to get our signature set. But the best option is the ultimate collection because you'll get the best deal on all the products and you'll get all the freebies. But it's up to you. No pressure. We don't care what you get started with. You get started with one product or you get started with one of the mid-level kits or the big pack. Bottom line, we're here to support you no matter what you decide to do because we're not interested in like making money on your initial order. We're interested in helping you build a huge customer base and build an empire and earn all the money that you possibly can through this opportunity. We're here to partner with you. So it doesn't really matter what you order. You could do whatever you want. In fact, it's free to get started. You could technically make money without ordering anything. Like I've said that to people and I guarantee the upline's like, oh my God, John just said they could buy nothing. And then they end up buying everything. Why? Because
You're not making money yet? So you need to put your upline in there? You chicken nugget. There's so many audacious, shitty clips in this video. Oh my God. The real John Melton always comes out. When I was in MLM, I always told people, like, I'm doing this and I'm not making any money yet. I'm not. This is how I put makeup on. This is the makeup. I talked them through it. I hope you like the product. I hope you like it how it feels. Look in the mirror. Blah, blah, blah. They would buy it. I'd share the opportunity. This is what I'm working for. I'm not making an income where I can support myself yet. I would always tell the truth. And the whole fucking three-way call thing. Shitty. And then what he just said, I hate it.
pretty good at communicating with people in a way that makes them feel like they're making the choice. Like one of my favorite lines is to say, I don't know what your budget is or your financial situation, but if you can afford it, the best option is the Ultimate Collection for $800. But I don't know your I don't know your goal. I don't ultimately know your financial situation. So that's up to you. You can get whatever you want. I mean, you can start with one of the, a single bottle of something or a pack of nitro for $50. Like it doesn't matter to me. And I can't tell you how many times they go with the big pack. Now, sometimes they'll say, hey, I can't afford that. Or they'll say, hey, I'm going to get the ultimate pack and I'm going to get the coffee. Like I've had that happen because I'm just shooting them straight. I'm not here to make a bunch of money on their one little order. Now, this is the other mindset. The reason we duplicate customer acquisition, because I'm also not interested in making a percentage on their subscription every month. I'm interested in getting a percentage of their empire, on their customer pot of thousands.
I'm interested in making money off of their empire? Dude. Okay. There you have it. Interestingly, at the beginning, he's like, oh yeah, the CEO is making money off of you, the little guy who's making the $80,000 a year, however much it is. And now you see him saying, I'm interested in making money off your empire. And so the guy who had an issue with the guy at the top becomes the guy at the top making money off of the guy at the whatever under him. Correct? I don't know. What do I know? I don't know. Maybe I misunderstood what he said at the beginning of the video. Maybe I misunderstood.
Thousands and thousands of dollars in volume, which means they're making a lot of money. I'm making money helping them. Like, would you rather get a percentage of, let's say,
His voice is off. We're at 28:41. Hold on.
action of a $100 monthly order or 5% of a 3,000 point customer pod? Like, common sense. I want everyone to build a huge customer base. I want everyone to eventually build a team so they can create leverage for themselves. But at the end of the day, this is the process. So if you're not recruiting, my question
my
for you
God,
is,
there's
how many people
more
are you
now.
adding to the groups every week? I don't care about how many videos you're doing. I don't care how much content you're creating. If you're not adding people into the funnel, nothing's going to come out the other side. I heard Tony Zalecki say one time, you want to sign up 10, you can't put 4 in the funnel. You can't put 4 people in the, we'll sign up 10. That's not how it works. In fact, if you put 10 in the top of the funnel, you'll be lucky to get 4. You don't want to treat people like a number, but it is a numbers game. So how many people per week are you adding into the ATM group? Every single week? Are you tracking it like I am? I mean, I probably don't need to do this anymore. Probably don't need, and I still do it. Why? Because you master the mundane, and it's easy. Just write their name in a book. People are like, I need the follow-up book. No, dude, you could literally find any, look, here's a random book in my office, okay? This could be my book, and I can put names, because this is how I track everything, paper and pen.
That's Nadia's book.
I'm sweating. Should turn the AC on. It's so hot. It's so hot. Is this helpful? Do you get this? What's up, Nate? Y'all, man, this is not, you're not recruiting, you're not growing. I out-recruit everybody in my whole company except for Ashley and Michelle. Ashley and Michelle out-recruit me because they generate more leads than me, and they ATM more people than me. And they
Can you stop touching your chin? It mostly reminds me of carpet, and the carpet texture is makes me. I just won't look at his face. That's okay.
set up more chats than me. But everybody else I smoke. Everybody else I crush. There was a few people that got close to me. I think Jordan got really close. Jordan actually helped me jump up, which is kind of funny, right? So Jordan, Jen Cooper, Michelle Barnes, they were close, right? But again, they're setting up chats all the time. They're ATMing all the time. They're very consistent. That's it.
You're third place.
How many conversations are you starting per day? We could also go down that path. It's like, people are like, well, where do I find people to ATM? Okay, well, friends list, followers.
Some people don't want to burn their friendships down. Some people don't want to burn their relationships with their family down. When are people like John going to help people learn how to find people in a cold market? From the beginning. From the beginning.
People in your cell phone, people in your neighborhood, people you work with. I mean, everybody that has do they stick a mirror under their nose, fogs up? That's an old school mindset.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What does he mean? A mirror and a nose fogs up.
Talk to everybody with a pulse,
Oh, everyone with a pulse.
But seriously, I just showed you, I have people I'm friends with, they're not in my group. So if I haven't ran out of people after 24 years, I'm pretty sure you haven't ran out of people either. And if your whole war market sucks, guess what? There's this thing called the internet, called social media.
You're so stupid. Why can't you figure out where to find people? I don't know, John. Why don't you teach people teach where to find people? Oh, if they don't know how to figure it out, then why am I having to teach them? Because you told people that you were going to teach them how to find people. If people don't know how to find people to recruit, it's going to impact your business. You can't treat them in a contemptuous way. You need to teach them how to find people so that they can sell your product to them. I am not a fan of multi-level marketing. That's great. Burn down Nueva. I'm saying it is interesting that you have teachers that you've pulled away from an actual good job of actually pouring into children where they actually need a raise from because they're actually doing good things in the world. And we have John here who doesn't know how to teach people. He just knows how to bring people into a group chat and validate the I don't know, the job of being in Nueva by saying, hey, we know this person pulled you in. Guess what? Even though they haven't made any money, we've made money. Let us tell you everything you need to know. And don't look over there, look here. We make thousands of dollars. Oh, by the way, we actually not sure if we made anything yet. We've started Nueva. Trust us, bro. Good job, John. I just want to make stickers of John Melson.
Go meet some new people. Go join some like-minded Facebook groups. Go join 5 like-minded Facebook groups today. And I want you to spend the next 30 days posting and commenting and engaging and making friends in those groups. Don't prospect anybody.
Fake relationships, play the long game, and then when people think that you're actually friends with them, ask them to join the Nueva group because that's going to be so great. That's going to be so great. That's going to be like totally great. /sarcasm.
Let's say you're really into pickleball. I'm going to tell you, I'm getting really good at pickleball. Yesterday, I was really good. Last week, though, man, I had a really, really bad day. But yesterday, I was on fire. I was playing at the highest level on the highest court, which is probably like high threes. Like, let's not get too excited here. But I'm in some pickleball groups. Now, I don't have time because I'm very busy and I got a lot going on. But if I had time, I would just go into that pickleball group every day and just comment on stuff and post and ask questions and friend request people. Make some new friends. Now, I'm not going to immediately prospect them. I might wait for them to come to me. I might ATM them in a month or two. The point is, anybody tells me like I don't have anybody to talk to, like you're never going to run out of people. God makes new people every day. God makes new people every day. Every day someone's turning 18. Every day somebody's losing their job. Every day someone's getting downsized, right size, left size.
I guess members only, we're going to be just making reels tomorrow. Never mind, members only, we're going live tomorrow.
So AI's replacing their job. I mean, I know this. I don't want to be in my 70s or 80s and be relying on the government, relying on friends and family to take care of my bills and take care of me. I know I don't want.
Shut up, dude. It is a privilege if your family even wants or has the ability to take care of you. And my mom, it was even though her parents were ABUSIVE to her growing up, that she took care of them, managed their bills, managed their investments for them, took care of them, managed their nursing home, got them out of an abusive nursing home, got them in a different nurse. Like, my mom took care of them even when they didn't deserve, like, her specifically to be taken care of. My mom is a good human being. The fact that, one, they had the money to be taken care of. They didn't necessarily need my mom. My mom took care of them and advocated for them in a way that she did not need to take care of them, but she did. So it is a privilege to even have that kind of a, if you even did have a close relationship with your kids, that your kids would even want to be able to take care of you or even have a relationship with you at that point, if that was an issue. So, and it is a blessing that if you needed help at that point, that the government had money to be able to help you, or if you were in a position health-wise that the government could help you, because not everyone is able-bodied, sir. And you are on the fuck you list. But yeah, that's why he is. That's why he is. His attitude towards everything, for the purposes of recruiting into multi-level marketing, to shame every other perspective, every other option, to push people into multi-level marketing, so that every other way of life, every other option, every other way of thinking is wrong, an either or fallacy, either that which is evil or this which is good. Yeah, they're really good people. And the fact is, there can be really good people in your life, and you can have really, different views about things, and they can still be incredible, wonderful, kind human beings. You know?
That. I don't want to have to get a part-time job at Walmart.
It, it, if Walmart would even hire you, John, you have to be kind. Maybe you don't. If Walmart would even hire you, John.
How many of us know what I'm talking about? How many of you have aging parents? Like, I was grateful I was able to take care of my mom the final, I don't even know how many years since she had her brain aneurysm. I think it was like 2. So she died in December. She had her brain aneurysm in, I want to say it was July 4th of 2016. So from 2016 to 2024, I was taking care of her financially. Especially her last 6 months when we put her in one of those assisted living facilities.
What are we supposed to... Mm. Oh my God. I'm glad that you had the finances to spend more time with your mom. Almost 10 more years with your mom. It sounds like you were mad that you had an expense. Maybe I'm wrong. That you had to pay for another person to live. Which would suck if that's the case. I wish that was the only thing. I wish that was the only thing standing between what would have given me more time with my mother-in-law. I wish money was the thing that would have given us more time instead of cancer in her brain, instead of a brain aneurysm that your mom was still able to stay alive from. I wish it was just money and we would have had almost 10 more years with her. So I'm glad you got almost 10 more years with her. And yeah, in care, nursing homes are expensive. So maybe it's the way that he says it. Maybe he's not ungrateful that he had to pay for her for the almost 10 more years. Because if he is ungrateful, that would suck.
Like, those are not cheap. Those are not cheap. Those are very, very expensive, but I was able to help her out.
Sure, they're expensive. Oh my God, I'm so upset.
So, like, if that doesn't light a fire under your butt, I don't know what will.
You're using your mom's medical story to push people into signing up or being more fired up about doing more work in multi-level marketing. That's gross. That's so gross. So gross. That's so gross. Good night. I know that's gross. I don't have to ask the question. I know that's gross. I know that's wrong. I know that's gross. I don't have to get into an argument with anybody in MLM to know that's gross. And you can say, and I'm sure nobody from MLM is going to come into the chat and say in the comments and say, well, that's a true thing. You don't want to not have money if that happens. That's a gross way to present it. In this pitch, in this group. It's gross, it's twisty, it's slimy. It's his tone and the fact he's using it to emotionally manipulate others to join an MLM. Mila? Yeah. What? Dude, my God.
But there's people right now on your friends list, they will join the same company you're in right now. They're just not going to join you because you didn't talk to them, because you're too busy and you prejudge them. And I'm working on my content, working on my brand. All of that is secondary. Listen, this video I'm doing right now is not actually an income producing activity at all. Now, hopefully I'm helping people on my team. Maybe I get a couple new followers and a couple leads out of it. Woohoo. But at the end of the day, I'm adding more people to the group every week than you. And some of them, yes, they are coming to me. That's the power of building a brand. But until that's happening, you have to be proactive and you have to be okay with sucking. Embrace the suck. Like, I was terrible at prospecting and recruiting in the beginning. Guess how I got good at it? Guess how I got good at selling, recruiting, or doing videos? If you had to guess, how do you think I did it? That's right, doing it over and 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 over again. So set up chats with your upline this week, at least one a day. Who do you add to the chat? You don't even have to ask. Don't ask your upline. You just throw them in the chat. What's beautiful is sometimes people respond right away, and then another leader will respond the next day, and another leader will respond 3 days from now, which brings the chat back to the top of your inbox. It's genius. It keeps the conversation going versus a three-way call. It starts and ends, and there's no continuation. I'm still in chats from like 2017. There's old chats that I'm still in from way back then. I could revisit those chats if I wanted to right now. How crazy is that? I can't go back to a three-way call I was in years ago.
Except it's from Modere, and Modere is closed down. You forgot about chats from 2017?
But I can go back into a messenger chat that I was put into. And you don't ask the prospect either. Never ask the prospect. I don't ask the prospect, hey, is it okay if I put you in a chat? No. I tell them, this is the next step in the process. The next step, I added you to the group, tagged you in the video. The next step is I'm going to put you in a chat with some of my mentors, some of my leaders. I'm telling you, that's a game. Now, they might leave the chat. That will happen sometimes. You will get people that sometimes get annoyed by it. So what? If they're going to get annoyed or triggered, that's the new word these days, right? Like, I'm triggered, like, bye, not interested. You think I want to work with someone like that? A high maintenance whiner? No, thank you. You told me you
Fuck off, dude.
wanted extra money. You told me that you're not where you want to be financially. You told me that you hate your job or hate your boss. You told me that you want to lose weight, get in shape. I'm sorry, I'm offering you a solution. Some people, unfortunately, will not participate in their own rescue. Just is what it is, baby. Just is what it is. It's a head scratcher, for sure. Head scratcher, but not here to beg and chase and convince people. You're looking for the lookers. You're looking for the ones that are open. And if they got a good attitude and they're positive, you better get them in a chat. Because the reason, and it's okay, by the way, if you haven't been doing this. This is why I'm doing this training. Smash the heart button if you found value from this. Smash it, baby. But I'm telling you, if you start doing these chats with your upline, you will absolutely have a higher close ratio. And even if you do 100 chats and they all say no, you're still learning. See, sometimes in the beginning, you're going to do more learning than earning. Loser.
Do we understand why he's on the fuck you list now? Like,
That's how you feel. You feel like you're a loser, but you're really just in learn mode. At some point, you remove the L. You get into beast mode. You get into earn mode. You remove the L, baby. That's how it happens. That's how it happens. We're going to turn them L's into some W's. All right? Anyway, hope you got value from this. If you did, smash the heart button if you really loved it. Smash the share button. Visit the website, mylifestyleacademy.com, where you have more training just like this. You know what's so cool about this, too? Like, I can even go back and I can look at all the people I ATM'd right here this week. Okay, this is like about a month ago. And one of those people, Jordan Levesque. So I ATM'd Jordan when she reached out to me, end of August, I think. Anyway, the bottom line is she started in the beginning of September, last month. And last month, her team did like 140,000 in team sales. I think she personally did 15,000. That's one ATM. You just don't know. Like, I wish I had my other book with me, because in my other book, I had Ashley and Michelle in there when they first got ATM'd. When they first got ATM'd. So years later, 3 years later, two of the top earners in the world with Nueva. How crazy is that? And I go back and look when they were added to the group. And you know, there's a lot of other people that were added that week, that month, that year that did not even join or joined and did a whole lot of nothing. Ain't that crazy? Anyway, hope this gave you some encouragement. And if you have questions, feel free to shoot me a message. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
well, that's John Melton. He is one of the creators of Nueva, the creators, the founders, the Nazgul 9. There are, so we were on one of the starting Zooms of Nueva. We have a whole playlist, and I'm going to fix the title and the description tomorrow. We have a ton of thumbnails I need to fix. So members only and I are going to figure out something to watch and chill out to and craft to or something whenever I wake up in the morning. Thank fuck that's over. And then we're going to make some reels. And then I'm going to make I'm going to make Aaron's thumbnail, I think. If you don't know why John Melton's on the fuck you list, you know, maybe you know now. Thank y'all for the grace and me starting this a lot late. I appreciate it. Um, People are more than a commodity in multi-level marketing. They're more than a dollar sign. They're more than um, who you can grab and who you can figure out who's going to make you the most money. People are worth more than who you can manipulate in your downline. And uh, I don't, I don't really have a good roundup for this other than while I'm anti-MLM, I'm not the type of creator who is not I'm not the type of true creator who is not impacted from his pitch. It is sometimes the impact of what he says hits me pretty hard. What he said about his mom was pretty rough. So I feel like I can say that I know how it feels to I know somewhat of how it feels to be hit with the emotion that maybe can hit somebody who listens to what John or other MLM leaders throw out to people who are interested in some of these multi-level marketing companies. And all I can say is do some more research. Don't be pulled into this exigency fallacy of having to make a decision right then, right now. Get your questions answered. If the person that is trying to get you to sign up now won't answer your questions clearly, that's a red flag. Realize that 99% of people in multi-level marketing don't make money, lose money, or go into debt in multi-level marketing. There's a John M. Taylor study that's out there that's easy to look up. There are FTC requirements about what people can and cannot say about income claims. You can look up Section 5 of the FTC Act. You can go and look at different commentary about Nueva specifically. You can go to Nueva space anti-MLM. I have an anti-MLM. I have a Nueva playlist. So I hope you look up some of that. Thank you for joining me today, and thank y'all live chat, and I'll see y'all later. I'll see y'all tomorrow for day 18 of 31 streams in 31 days, and have a good night. So, bye.